Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy ColtsTalk. We are back with another video, and today I've came to a conclusion. As you can see from the title, the Colts need Jonathan Taylor. They need Jonathan Taylor back. It's pretty simple. I know we mentioned how bad the offensive line is, yada yada yada. We get it at the end of the day. But when it comes to Jonathan Taylor, what he can do potentially as a star running back on this team, it opens up so many windows for everything else. If you can just get at least 50% Jonathan Taylor of where he used to be last year, I think that helps the offense tremendously. Of course, we know Coach Frank Reich is going to run the football to the ground no matter who's back there, but Jonathan Taylor being back there gives me a little bit more safe space. Hopefully his window and his vision to see the lanes running the football like last year and the year before, hopefully that comes back. I feel like he's kind of sluggish. Like I said, I feel like he's been hurt since the offseason. And it hasn't been announced till last week when he fumbled that he came down with that injury and it just made it worse, like he re-aggravated it. But I do feel like personally he's been hurt since the offseason. He kind of can see it. Like he isn't hitting the gaps like he used to. Of course, there's not really gaps there, but I feel like there have been some holes where he just runs towards the pile instead. I don't know what's been going on. So hopefully whenever he comes back, hopefully it's next week, he gets that bounce back that we need from him, especially against the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Could you imagine a home game from Jonathan Taylor where he just emerges back on the scene as one of the best running backs again in the NFL? That would be like a dream come true as a Colts fan, because I feel like they're more committed towards the offensive line and they're really starting to understand the rotation pieces of what they need to do moving forward. So I feel like by week 8, they'll have a set offensive line that they're going to use for the rest of the season. Right now, they made a few more changes. They have a secured left tackle now moving forward. So all these things moving forward are being put in place to go and compete. But having Jonathan Taylor back and having the offensive line established will make everything better for the offense and for Jonathan Taylor. Like I said, he come back 100%, maybe 75%, and he starts to hit those gaps like he used to. Starting to see those lanes, hit those hard cuts, and hit that second gear. It's everything that you want from Jonathan Taylor. Like, he's shown flashes, but it's not the Jonathan Taylor that we're used to. Like I said, it looked like he was injured. You can clearly tell. Hopefully he comes back and he's actually prepared mentally and physically to actually lead this team on the offense like he's used to doing when the offense is struggling for the last 2 seasons. But, like I said, the offensive line is definitely being established. This definitely takes a toll off of Matt Ryan as well. 37-year-old with 40 pass attempts. I don't know what you're expecting. He's definitely going to throw an interception because his arm is shot. Like, he can only throw so many passes. Especially with the fumbling. It limits the fumbling when you have a running back that can actually run the football. So all these things for Jonathan Taylor to come back, it just boosts the offense and the morale of this offense as well. Carries the load off the defense, who's been carrying this team for 4 years. New coordinators and everything, they've still been carrying the offense. They've been carrying the Colts team in general. This defense is just phenomenal. So I would give the Colts credit for that. Their defense definitely does what they have to do. I think they're even better this year, personally, even without Shaquille Leonard. Says a lot. So we're not going to have Kwity Paye for this game, but I feel like this team can still step up to the plate on the defensive side. It's up to the offense, and if Jonathan Taylor plays, it's up to the offense to make some type of noise. We know what the Jaguars are going to do. They're going to send heat. They're going to send pressure. Can they stop the run? And can they limit Matt Ryan? I know they're going to send some heat, but like I said, if Jonathan Taylor plays and he gets any type of potential from last year and he sees some of those holes, this definitely could be a big turnaround for the Colts because they currently are on the win streak. If you're not surprised, they're not there. Currently on the win streak. 1-0. Like you said, we go into next week. Next man up. Keep it going. Keep the momentum. Being at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars has done us favors in history. Last year, we beat them at home with the Hurricane Dial forced fumble. So, like I said, if Jonathan Taylor can play this week and he goes out and he has one of those big runs and he puts himself back on the map and let the league know that he's still one of those dogs, it's just icing on the cake for the offense. And it's a relief. As a Colts fan, it's a relief if he has any type of flash from his former self. For sure. So like I said, he'll figure it out. It's going to take time for him to go back to 100%. Running backs' longevities aren't that long in the NFL, especially for him, who's rarely hurt. It's going to be tough on him. So, I'm cutting him slack. Like I said, he hasn't been himself since week 1. That's the best thing I can say for him. positively, but I feel like he'll go back to his normal self eventually. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Should Jonathan Taylor play against the Jaguars? And how do you think he'll bounce back from this injury? Let me know all these things in the comment section. This is Marcus, and until next time, you've been Culture Shock.